facilities. This is a fun, one of my favorites because you get to study what we're doing with libraries today, which is a lot. So our topics for this particular module, which runs June 21 through 24, is the trend of academic and learning commons and research commons, the balance of collections versus people spaces in libraries, other campus units being housed in the library and our collaboration with them, and then other uses of the building, such as arts and exhibits, study spaces, renovations, hours, policies, cafes, events, and then the issues of safety and security within those buildings and different policies, and then remote storage facilities. You have a lecture on academic library facilities. Then you should go through these two resources. One is an excellent document. It's from 2005, but it's by the Council on Library and Information Resources on library as place. And I think it's it's taking a while to load, quite a valuable resource for you to look at. It's taking a while to load, so I'll go back. And then there is a new resource called the Learning Space Toolkit, which can be very helpful in figuring out the different aspects of what you need to do in these kinds of library spaces. And there are lots of examples and information on project planning, needs assessment, the different types of spaces you can have, what kinds of technologies do we need to incorporate now, what services and support, and how are they integrated to the overall facility and location and other kinds of issues. So I think this is a helpful resource. And why will it not let me get back? Okay, there we go. Okay, and then chapter 8 in the textbook, and we have a number of articles to review. Some of these are the older sort of seminal articles, like the Bailey and Tierney really talks about what it is and the good and bad aspects of academic commons. Then we have the Scott Carlson, this is the famous deserted library. Even though that's not really the title, he talks about it within this Chronicle of Higher Ed article. And so this is referred to, you'll see in my PowerPoint presentation, it talks a lot about the deserted library and what you do with it. And this Scott Carlson Chronicle article is the article that they're referring to. And then let's see, we have an OCLC report on college students' perceptions of libraries. Then we have the Scott Bennett article on designing for uncertainty. This is a really good article about 3 different approaches that you use to design library spaces. And you should be able to view the full text with that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And then I like this Montgomery one, which is a recent article on libraries collaborative space, and then daylight is very important in these kinds of facilities, and I was glad to see there's a study on that as well. And then adapting print collections in this kind of environment is also relevant. Then you have 2 activities related to you're going to visit nearby academic or learning commons at an academic library. And then you have 2 posts on that, both due at noon on the 23rd, with your follow-up post to another student in your group's post due on June 24th at noon. And first you want to answer these questions. So print these out and take them with you when you go to visit an academic commons. And then I want you, when you're there, to interview a staff member and see if you can find out from their perspective what is actually going on there, what are the strengths and weaknesses, how has life changed since they had one, even if it's been like 10 years since they had one. And we don't have any assignments.